Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to another one of our werewolf games that we play on our Dice Tower Werewolf page. This one, actually, I'm playing these slightly out of order because I want to get a Halloween one up last week. But this one's been played a couple weeks ago. And this is another one where I included the bus driver. But also something very interesting happened in this game, and I promise you, as always, people suspect that I give out the roles in these games based on who the player is. I never do that because I don't want the people watching or the people playing to use that. They're like, I think Tom would have made Jason this. I think Tom would have given this to Nick. No, it's completely random. However, this week, the randomness worked in my favor. Here's why.
All right, everybody, welcome to October 18th, 2020's Werewolf game. I apologize to the 8 of you that don't have a role, but there is a lot going on tonight, so let's pay attention. So we're going to start off with the fact, we're going to go through all the villager roles first, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. All right, so here are the villager roles that we're playing with tonight. We're playing with the old hag. Each night, the old hag will be able to tell me someone they would like to kick out of the village. The next day, that person is out of the village. They do not vote, but they can also not be voted upon. They just they can watch, they can be there in the background, but no communication. They come back that night after someone has been killed or not killed. We're playing with the senator. If you're the senator, you're a filthy liar, but you get 2 votes. But you're so ashamed of your terrible profession, you cannot tell anyone you are the senator. It's just a way for people to figure out that you are indeed a villager. We're playing with the bodyguard, who each night can pick someone to defend. And if that person is attacked by anybody who's trying to attack them, then they're protected. The bodyguard and old hag both cannot pick the same person on consecutive nights, but both of them can pick themselves. We're playing with the seer. The seer can ask me if someone is a werewolf or not. I will tell them, yes, that person is a werewolf, or no, they are not a werewolf. We're playing with a villager hunter. If they get killed, they can immediately kill someone, and no matter who that person is, they will be killed. Then we're playing with 2 new roles. I'm going to go over one of them now, and I'm going to come back and do the other one in a second. We're playing with the gambler. So the gambler, once per game, for no reason at all, can message me during the day and just gamble on the vote that day. By that I mean, whoever dies that day, if it's a werewolf, I'll randomly kill another werewolf. If it's a villager, I'll randomly kill another villager.
I was waiting for you to say you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So
the gambler, they don't have to announce it out loud. They just tell me privately, I'm gambling today, or something along that line. And I'll look. If you say it like before second vote and the second vote person survives and we go to the third vote, you can't come back. You can't say, I changed my mind. So you better be sure, but it has to be before thumbs up, thumbs down. Make sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's once per game?
Once per game.
One time?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Are they voting on the exact role that's being killed?
Nope. They're just gambling on the vote that day. So if you're confident a werewolf is dying that day, it's a good time to use the power.
Okay.
All right, we're playing with several werewolves, an indeterminate number. One of them is a werewolf hunter, who when they're killed can pick someone else to go out with them. And we're bringing back the chupacabra tonight. The chupacabra will be trying to kill at night, but the chupacabra is hunting werewolves. Each night, the chupacabra will tell me someone that they would like to kill. And if it's a werewolf, that person dies. If it's not a werewolf, they're fine. If the chupacabra survives all the werewolves, then the chupacabra will start killing humans at that point. And that's how they can win. The chupacabra wins by themselves. The seer, if they ask me if the chupacabra is a werewolf or not, I will say no, they're not a werewolf because they're not. If all the werewolves are dead and you ask me about the chupacabra, then I'll say yes, they're a werewolf to the seer. We're also playing with the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch is a normal villager, but if the Sasquatch is killed by a villager, by the werewolves, it becomes a werewolf. And if it's killed by the chupacabra, it becomes a chupacabra. They're very prone to dying. But if the village kills you, Sasquatch, you're a villager and you win or lose with the villagers. Okay, so here's the new rule that's going to mess everything up. We're playing with a bus driver. So the bus driver, each night, I'm going to do the bus driver first. It's going to be bus driver, bodyguard, werewolves, chupacabra, old hag, and seer at night. The bus driver they don't have to, they may pick two people, any two people, including themselves. You can pick the same two people every night. I don't care. And anything that happens to that person at night is transferred to the other person. So if the werewolves try to kill one of those two people, the other one dies. If the bodyguard protects one of them, the other one's protected. Which, if you think about it, the bodyguards and werewolf, it doesn't really matter for that situation. It does really matter for the seer, though. If the seer asks me, let's say, I'll use Tom and Caitlin. If they're switched and the seer asks me if Tom's a werewolf and Caitlin's a werewolf but Tom's not, I'll say yes, Tom is a werewolf because they're really asking me about Caitlin.
Oh, wow.
If the old hag picks somebody to be thrown out of the village, the other person's thrown out of the village. And it also works in the chupacabra. It works on everything at night, and I will do my best, and also Gwami will watch me to make sure I don't make any mistakes.
And
the bus
this
driver
is a good guy role? This is a village.
You would think it's a good guy role because it is indeed supposed to be a good guy role. It can be used to defend the seer. It can be used for many good things. It can also be used to wreak absolute chaos, and you'll notice that in another game that goes up on the YouTube channel eventually.
Can they pick the same targets, or do they have to switch every?
They can pick the same two people every time.
Okay.
Because, again, if the werewolves want to fight against that, they can switch back and forth. It doesn't matter.
Were you watching a movie where people got stranded in the woods on a bus recently?
No. However, unlike the previous game, I've added a new role to this one, too. The evil bus driver. One of the werewolves is an evil bus driver.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
There's an evil bus driver.
Yeah.
One of the werewolves is an evil bus driver, but they can only use their ability once per game. And they will just text me during the day and say, I'm using my ability and switching these two people. And then if a vote happens during the day on one of those people, it's transferred to the other one.
And the evil one happens during the day, not at night.
Yes, and it only happens once, and it has to be private message.
Okay, and obviously, if we vote to kill someone, then the other person dies.
Yeah, so let's say that everyone voted Jason to kill, but the evil bus driver switched Jason and Tom. I'd say, oh, the vote's negative. But actually, instead of Jason dying, it was Tom. It may not even happen because that particular werewolf may die early. That werewolf can't share that they are that person to the other werewolves.
And when do they do that evil bus driver?
Anytime they want, but they need to text me. I'm going to keep an eye on my text.
They could do it in the middle of a vote. While the vote's going on, they can then say, I want to swap this person and this person.
Oh, that's a good point. They got to do it at the very beginning of the day. So when we first wake up.
They can't choose themselves, right, as one of the people?
They can do it themselves.
I have a quick question. If a werewolf is afraid they might have gotten switched with somebody, could they potentially try to kill themselves at night if they wanted to risk it?
I'll allow it.
Oh.
Wow, this is going to be...
Why are you asking that, Connor? That sounds suspicious.
I haven't even given any rolls out yet. So you can't, there's no suspicion yet.
Test it out, Connor.
What happens if you choose the Sasquatch?
Okay, the werewolves can't kill the Sasquatch. The only way the Sasquatch can be killed is by being killed by the villagers during the day, or either hunter can take out the Sasquatch. As has happened in our game last night, or the other night, the Sasquatch killed themselves because they tried to kill someone, but they had been switched with the Sasquatch.
Well, I meant, what if the bus driver chooses the Sasquatch as one of the people, and let's say they get killed?
Well, sure, the same rules apply. If the Sasquatch gets killed by whoever, if they get killed by the villagers, then they die a villager. If they get
No.
killed by the werewolf, they're a werewolf.
But I mean, if you choose, the bus driver chooses two people, right? And what if one of them's a Sasquatch? They end up dying. Does the other person get the role as the
No. If the
Sasquatch also?
Sasquatch dies,
Understand that.
they become whoever killed him. It doesn't
No,
matter if
I'm
it was
talking
switched around. The switching happens before they die.
Oh, okay. All right. That's where I was confused. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Also, Frankenstein will
There is a
become
Frankenstein.
the old hag, the senator, the bodyguard, the seer, the hunter, the gambler, and the bus driver.
So all seven.
But Frankenstein, I will tell you if the gambler already used their one-shot thing, you can't do it again.
Can you repeat which ones it becomes?
No.
All the roles.
The old hag, the senator, the bodyguard, the seer, the hunter, the gambler, and the bus driver. It doesn't matter. If you're the Frankenstein, I'll just tell you when you are something.
Every villager role except for the Sasquatch.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so the roles are old hag, hunter, bodyguard, seer, gambler, senator, bus driver, and that's what Frankenstein becomes.
Well, and also Frankenstein has a role too. At
Yes,
the beginning of
and
the
then
game,
there's a
Frankenstein's
Sasquatch.
nothing.
There's a Sasquatch,
you
a
know,
werewolf
there's
hunter,
at
and a
least two
chupacabra.
werewolves. There's a werewolf hunter and a werewolf evil bus driver. And there's likely more. There's
And a werewolf
only
bus
one
driver.
chupacabra, but there could be two if they kill the Sasquatch. All right. I'm going to start sending everyone rolls out.
Chupacabra, though.
What's the matter?
Okay, I'm going to put my-
Frankenstein won't become the Chupacabra, though.
No.
Okay.
So if the bus driver changes the seer, chooses a werewolf and the seer, and the werewolves target the seer, then the werewolf dies?
Yes.
Okay. So the seer should come out day one, right?
Well, that's up to the seer.
Does the bus driver have to change the two people that they pick every night?
They do not.
And the old hag is when she votes someone out or kicks someone out, they come back at the end of the evening?
Yes. They're gone during the day. They basically just turn their video off. And at the end of the day, after the final vote, they'll come back.
Okay.
By the way, if I haven't said it, if you're not played with us before, the Sasquatch automatically becomes a werewolf if no one is killed during the day after 3 votes.
If you pick me randomly for Frankenstein, please pick someone else. My head will explode.
I cannot. All the roles were randomly picked before people showed up.
So how many werewolves do you think Tom will choose? 5?
Well,
5 is probably good.
You're allowed to talk now.
Hi.
There's no Jason.
Oh, we
were confused. We were waiting for Jason to lead us in.
We're all processing what's about to happen, I think.
Yes.
The bus driver.
I think there may be 6 werewolves.
6? Wow.
Yeah, there has to be a lot of
Including
werewolves.
the Sasquatch.
I mean, maybe this is meta, but at the beginning, Tom said sorry for the 8 people who have no roles, which makes me think that.
Oh.
If Jason says Sasquatch on the first day, we're killing him.
That sounds good.
Done with that. Already.
Sorry, Julia, you're done.
Why do
with
you
it?
have to preface that with if?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Probably going to happen.
Keep them alive.
I heard my name a few times. Sorry, I was putting my pizza in, which will be ready in 17 minutes. So.
So
Eat in front of us.
You'll be done.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
He put villager topping on that pizza.
Yeah, was there meat on that pizza?
It's supreme
Extra
pizza.
villager.
I had to eat something light today because yesterday we did that Korean barbecue, which was amazing.
Pizza's light, huh?
Well,
Connor, what are we looking at?
What are you doing?
I knew it was that type of show.
That's suspicious. I'm gonna mark him down.
Connor, I think you need your tinfoil hat on this game again.
Yeah, I did watch the 2 latest games with Conan, and he's very dangerous werewolf, so be careful.
Yeah, man, that tinfoil hat one had me rolling.
All right, everyone has something to write with or show on their phone or something to that effect.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure I can see it. Did Braden die? I just see a blank wall there.
You just got up and left.
He was murdered.
I think he's also playing Blood on the Clock Tower right now, so he might be back and forth.
oh,
Everyone realize that there are 2 Jasons
okay.
here. That's the only 2 we have, right? Of the same name.
Yeah.
That is amazing. There's not a second mic. It's crazy.
There's another Tom. How are we
There's
going to
2
figure this out?
Toms. Yeah.
well, one of the Toms is going to die early, we think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which one?
That is the question.
Spoilers.
And the other Tom gets nominated like 10 times.
Yeah.
Do we have a counter for that? Every time he gets nominated, it goes up one?
All right, everyone. Well, everyone should have got their roll. Good.
Yep. Good.
Oh, your roll.
All righty. Well, then, good night, everyone. Let's have the first night get started here. A long, long time ago, this village was founded on an old subway stop. They had subways back, and I saw it in Final Fantasy, so there must have been subways in fantasy times. And public transportation was very popular, but then Uber. And Uber came, and buses, and there was a big war of transportation, like a physical war, and everyone died except for a couple bus drivers who went insane. And they will still come at night and take you to your destination whether you want to go there or not. Actually, it sounds like a... Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So... on night 1, the bus driver is not going to do anything because we're just getting settled in and they are still waiting for their fare. The bodyguard is also not going to be going on night 1 because there's nothing to protect against. The werewolves, on their hand, are going to have a little meet and greet. So let's start with the werewolves. If you're a werewolf, look up and say hi to your fellow howlers. All righty, good night. The chupacabra is also not going to do anything tonight, but we are going to let the old hag send someone out for day 1, protecting that person. So, old hag, who would you like to send out on day 1? Thank you. All right, Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 1 in this beautiful village. So a couple things. First of all, with 1 leg found in an Uber, 1 leg found in a Lyft vehicle, the torso in a taxi, and the head in a public bus. It's very sad, but Tom Vasel has been once again murdered, and that's because he didn't bend his hat like baseball caps should be bent. Anyhow, also, your pizza's ready, Jason. So you're going to need to spend this day going off and getting it. We'll see you tomorrow.
17 minutes.
Well, I'm sorry, but you got to notice your pizza's ready now. We'll see Jason tomorrow.
We'll debate long and hard for you, Jason.
The bummer.
Start off the game now.
Oh no! Who wants to bring up the Sasquatch now?
Who said the S word? Who said the S word?
It was Brayden.
That's suspicious.
Can we discuss the seer though? Because Lucas brought it up about it might be a good idea for the seer to come earlier now that we have the bus driver.
Yeah, I thought about that too. The bus driver can pick the same people night after night after night, and as long as we don't lose the bus driver.
I mean, they're not going to want to pick the same person
we're picking.
He could kill the Frankenstein, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or somebody else.
They could potentially kill somebody else. I'm not sure it's a great idea for the seer to come out. Maybe earlier, but not.
Maybe earlier, just not today.
Day 1 or 2.
Yeah, not today.
Maybe day 5 or 6.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we all agree then.
All right.
Lame.
So, Nick, are you a werewolf?
No.
That's questionable. All right, I'll nominate Tom just to get that ticker going.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
His hearts?
Is there a second for Tom?
I'll second it.
All right, Tom, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I'm just a villager. Nothing special today. Sorry.
Fair enough.
No one else has anything to say?
Nominating.
All right, this is.
Nope, had to do it.
Lose someone? Oh, Josh.
All right, this is for Tom. This is vote 1. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Don't like it.
Oh, Chris.
I'm all by myself. That's all right. We're trying something new tonight. Different tactics.
That's 23 to keep you alive, 1 to kill.
Who did that?
Why'd I vote?
That was Chris.
Why did I do it?
Yep. Why did you do it?
Oh, it was the first nom, and we need to get things moving sometimes. And I figured if we're going to have them hit 10, 15, 20, we better start early. That's it. That's it. No real reason. I have nothing this early. I'm just goofing around early.
So I know people love chaos, but would it be better for the bus driver to not use their power the first round or two? Because I'm just thinking about for the seer, if they find somebody, I mean, it's a slim chance, but because of the cross power, they might get a confirmation when it's not actually confirmation.
Yeah.
If the bus driver's playing around and
do they get the option to not do anything? The bus driver?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a maybe power.
Okay. I would agree with that.
Yeah, we want accurate information.
Oh, bus driver, stay at home.
We've got a lot of things going at night that's going to create some chaos, though. I mean, we have the chupacabra, we've got the Sasquatch. I'm not sure we can rely on anything from the night, to be honest.
Yeah. Julia, have you taken your group screenshot yet?
Do it now while Jason's gone. Perfect.
Poor Jason.
Actually, Julia, statistically, you are usually kind of hairy with big fangs and big claws. Are you that today?
I am usually the Sasquatch, but I'm proud to announce that this time I am not the Sasquatch.
You're already a werewolf?
Because you're the werewolf.
You skipped the transformation?
Well, this game's electrifying.
No, see, don't
see what we can get.
See, this is, but when you, this is exactly why Jason will come back and be like, "Well, this is why I talk because no one says anything."
Exactly. Yeah. All right, has anybody got a read on anybody?
Honor has that same face.
Yeah.
What same face?
When these
He
like
always has that face, though.
the
That's
fourth
problem.
person and the
You're
werewolf.
also always allowed to vote to kill no one.
But we got a Sasquatch turning into a werewolf.
I think we should definitely kill somebody.
No, we
I
gotta
like
kill
that
somebody.
idea today.
I would say the one person I think I can trust right now is Lucas.
No.
Lucas, I think Lucas is 100% a villager, or at least not a werewolf anyway.
And I'm 100%.
Why do you say that?
Why do you think that?
I will reveal that later on. I don't want to tell my tells now, because if I tell my tells now, the werewolves won't do their thing. So
You were awake last night and you saw he wasn't awake with you.
That is not true.
We just lost someone. Who was it?
Josh.
Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Like to nominate Josh? Just kidding.
I will say Nick wasn't really convincing in his no answer.
Jason, your volume's really low.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a werewolf today.
But at night you are.
Today.
That was convenient.
This time.
He says in quotes.
Maybe he's not a werewolf yet, you know?
Yeah,
That's what I was
I'm not a
just gonna
werewolf.
ask. Could
Are you the
today mean
Sasquatch?
you're a Sasquatch?
Yeah, Sasquatch.
No.
Oh, the chupacabra.
Could be Chupa.
Are you an old hag?
Don't go down the line. I'm a villager. I'm a villager.
Well, in that case, I'm going to nominate Chris.
All right, Chris has been nominated. Is there a second
Brian.
for that?
Brayden.
I'll second that.
All right, Chris, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I'm a villager. It feels great to be a villager, as per mostly usual. So let's do this, guys. We're gonna win it tonight. Bam.
Well, Villager's
That's
gonna
it.
win.
So we want to kill tonight, right?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I understand, Tom. Mike, I don't understand you, Mike. Oh, and Ryan.
All right, that was bad counting by me. Hang on one second. I need to see him again. I highly miscounted there.
75 votes. How did that happen?
Nick?
No offense, Chris. I'm on the whole. Don't want to always do it on the third.
All right, that's 6 votes down, 18 votes up. You're fine,
Yeah, I would have
Chris.
voted down, but you're wearing a Brewer shirt. That's the only reason I decided to keep you alive. I would have voted down.
Trying to get in your good graces so you don't accuse me of being a
I
werewolf.
also downvoted because I downvoted because I don't want the third person to come out and then maybe claim he's the seer or some other role, and then we have to either let them live and risk another werewolf.
Exactly.
Or kill a role.
But I could have been a seer or something.
Yeah, then you should have claimed it.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Was that, you said 6 votes down?
Yeah, it was 6.
And was it 6 people?
It was.
No, I didn't say that. I said 6 votes down, 18 votes up.
It was 6 thumbs down.
All right, that's
6
too
and
many.
18.
Was Josh included in the vote?
Oh, yeah.
He was not.
Not only
So,
that.
so that's why my
Jason's-
that actually explains my numbers. It was 6 down, 17 up.
Okay. But Jason's not here too, so.
No, I know that Jason's not there. I was accounting for that. I forgot to count for Josh.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a surprising number of people voting to kill on night 2. I'm just curious why.
I like the idea of maybe progressing it a little bit so we don't always have to do the third person.
Yeah,
And
I feel like you
it
don't
was
always have
Chris.
to be third.
Nick,
I actually agree with that, yeah.
Let me
I
ask.
warmed your heart earlier today. Come on,
People
Nick.
that vote. Just of Chris, or are you all doing the same? I don't want to kill somebody else first.
You're breaking up there, Connor.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit, bud.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying anybody that voted down, was anyone suspicious Or are you all just doing the whole I just don't want to kill on the third vote?
Everyone's suspicious today.
Yep.
Oh, Chris is not especially suspicious to me.
I wasn't suspicious of Chris.
Yeah, but okay. I'm sorry. I don't like the whole I'm just going to vote down because I don't want to kill on the third one. If you're not suspicious, don't vote him out because then you could have gotten killed. Like, I don't like that argument. I think you vote down if you think they're a werewolf. I don't think you vote down just because it's the second vote.
But then we vote down because it's the third vote. So where's the difference?
No, the difference is you should vote the way you think. I just don't think you should just vote down because I don't want to kill somebody on the third one. What happens if we nominate the seer on the third one?
Yeah.
Well, and you're also giving up the chance to get more information, too. If you kill on the second vote. I
see that.
Time to take it. I'm getting a third vote soon.
Oh my goodness.
I saw 3 of the votes down. Who all voted down? I'm just curious.
Jess, Nick, Ryan, Lucas, Mike Davis, and Tom.
We don't know how Josh would have voted. Are we allowed to know?
Yeah, Josh, what would you
You
have
can
done?
ask him.
You can lie or not.
I mean, I have no information on them. I don't even know who was nominated.
Who's
I was
Chris?
resetting my route. I mean, yeah, I have no suspicions of him, so I would have voted up. But
okay.
All right, I'm changing the vote to 6. No, never mind.
Chase, what are your thoughts?
Nothing, because I'm just a
All
villager.
right, well, we need to get things
That's
going.
all
I need a
got.
third nomination, please.
I know.
Even if it's a nomination to kill nobody, I need one.
I'm not going to choose, but I think one of those 6 is a werewolf that voted down. I'm leaning towards Nick and Lucas. I kind of believe them that they just wanted to kill in the second vote, but the other 4, I don't think they were all thinking, let's just kill in the second vote because I don't want to get to the third vote. And nobody said they were actually suspicious of Chris.
One of the 16 or 17 could be a werewolf as well who voted up.
I'm saying if we have to narrow it down, I'm going to narrow it down to those 4. That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like it's pretty aggressive for a werewolf to vote to kill like that. I mean, that does put you kind of in suspicion. I wasn't suspicious of Chris. Like I said, I really just felt like we're going to kill someone on the second or third vote that's not suspicious anyways. And I didn't think he was going to die. I was just like, yeah, I'll just vote down for Chris. It'll be fun.
I feel like for me, the last couple of times I've played when we've gotten to the third vote on the first round, it's always been someone good and we've had to kill them or get a new werewolf. So,
Because the werewolf can slightly hijack that third vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he knows we're going to kill them. Or they know.
Well, I still need that third nomination, everybody.
That's why we got to be careful with who we nominate quickly. We shouldn't nominate quick, but.
Well, Tom is saying we should nominate.
Chase, do you have a suspicion of anybody?
Nope, not a thing. I wish I did, but since I actually want to see a third vote because I have no role, and that's all the info I get is votes. So.
All right, I'll nominate Chase.
A second.
Who seconded that?
He didn't say I'm a villager. He said I have no role. So I don't.
Who seconded that?
I seconded it.
All right, Chase, what's your defense?
My defense is I'm a villager. I do have a small role, but you'll see it, I guess, in the vote.
Okay. All right. This is the third vote of day 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let me count. That's 3 to keep alive and 21 to kill. I'm sorry, Chase, you are dead, and Chase was indeed a villager. Good night, everybody. And welcome back, Jason. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. Would you like to switch anyone? Thank you. Bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to kill? Thank you. Chupacabra. Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to send out? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Well, let's start with the good news and then the gooder news. The good news is that, Cameron, you've won a small award to go to a hotel that's on a small island outside of Gibraltar. It's not actually Gibraltar, just near Gibraltar. So we'll see you tomorrow. The gooder news is nobody died last night.
So the
bodyguard protected?
Or Sasquatch turned. Yeah.
Bodyguard protected or the Sasquatch turned, or the werewolf picked the chupacabra. There could be a ton of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a ton of things.
And the bus driver could have flipped any of those into being too. So.
I don't think it was a bus driver, because at night when Tom said, "Bus driver, you want to flip anybody?" He like immediately said, "Okay," and moved on.
Yep.
It was like no time for him
Could
to
have
write
been
down
written
his
down.
names.
Yeah.
I think they took the hint that Blake was saying that we probably shouldn't use it.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, so do you guys want to have a conversation now? I know Flake said I'm going to bring up conversation. So.
Go for it, Jason.
Whoever's the old hag, you guys got away with no conversation on day one, but what do we think now about the infamous S roll?
How was your pizza, Jason?
The pizza's in the back. I'm going to go pick it up on the next time there's a break. It's done though.
Wonderful day one.
I'm really going to talk about this roll again. Really.
Well,
in the end, the Sasquatch isn't coming out, Jason.
Yeah.
They're just not going to come out. So.
Okay, so no one thinks that the Sasquatch should come out. That's fine.
But why should they come out?
Okay, let's just not address it.
Yeah.
even if we thought they should,
Moving on.
not going to. So
Moving on.
So Braden, since you asked, here's why. If they come out, we kill them. It's an easy kill. That way we don't have to worry about killing a villager that might have a different role.
Werewolf, man. You need to kill werewolf.
Yeah.
Then we have another werewolf.
If we're gonna have a philosophical discussion, why don't we talk about what the bus driver should or shouldn't do? Like, I don't necessarily think the bus driver should go the whole game without using his power.
Yeah, not the whole game.
What information can we get from that when they use it?
Maybe once
in my
we
experience,
use the bus driver.
There's similar roles in other werewolf-like games I've played, and in my experience, it's almost exclusively detrimental to town when they use that role.
There's too many players at this point. I can see using it when there's less and a seer comes out or whatever, but I think with
I would also say the bus driver should use his power to protect someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but without knowing who you're protecting, you could be swapping the bodyguard for a plain villager, and then you did the right switch, and they were one of the targets, but you just killed the bodyguard now. You have to have a lot of information before it's useful. Otherwise, it's just chaos, and it's not helpful.
And even in the late game, it could really mess us up if the Frankenstein gets swapped out and we knock out several rolls.
Yeah.
Or it could help us in the early game if let's say the bus driver swaps a person with a werewolf and then they try to kill the person and the werewolf gets killed. I assume that's the way it works, Tom? Like
yes.
He said yes.
Yeah.
It's just that the odds
at that point
are less.
It's such a small probability.
It's more likely that it will harm us rather than help us.
Yeah, there are more good rolls than bad rolls, I think.
Yep. Also, for those who voted up, I think I had Tom and Nick. Was there any reason for last vote?
I am going on Connor's thing. I did not think he was a werewolf.
You muted, Tom.
But like the Sasquatch thing, it was still.
I know. I didn't think he was guilty.
So then the question is, why did Mike and Braden nominate someone who wasn't one of the 6 who voted down? Mike and Braden, you want some answering?
Yeah. So I didn't like his answer when I said, what do you think? What about your role? And he said, instead of saying I'm a villager, he said I don't have a role, and it just didn't. It's not what you say when you're a villager. You say I'm a villager.
For me, it was when Caitlin asked him the first time. I didn't like his answer then, and then Mike asked him, and I also didn't like his answer. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, Chase.
Yeah. It could be that he was a villager, or he could have been, one of the special roles, and he was acting suspicious because he was, he was trying to hide.
He did say that he has a literal role that we will figure out once we vote. Did that mean anything?
But that
he was not the senator.
He was not the senator. So I don't know.
Senator, but
and he
the
was.
question is, could he have been the chupacabra? Because there was no kills either way. There was no werewolf kill.
That is
true. Could he have been the chupacabra? Now we don't have chupacabra.
Well, chupacabra only kills
chupacabra when we get told the chupacabra gets hung, right?
I'm thinking he was the gambler.
No, when he was.
I think he was the gambler.
When he was trying, when we were trying to vote for him, and he said, "You'll find out right after the vote." He was trying to pretend he was the hunter. He's like, right after you kill me.
I think he was trying to pretend.
Basically, what he was.
He was the.
I thought he was
senator.
Senator, yeah.
But
I senator,
it might have been gambler. That's true.
I think gambler.
Yeah,
maybe.
Could have been. Well, we still wouldn't know if he was the gambler.
We wouldn't know it. The only role we would have known right after the vote would have been hunter.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Time's up. I need a first nomination
based on the votes.
I'll nominate Joel.
All right, Caitlin's nominated Joel. That's been seconded. Joel, what's your defense?
Well, up here in Canada, we have to make sure that we are supplying all you wonderful Americans with wonderful maple syrup and poutine. So I've just been making lots of trips up and down to make sure that I can keep up with the demand in this village. Other than that, I'm just a regular villager.
I don't want to influence the vote here, Joel, but I'm not getting any of this poutine.
You haven't told me what type you like, because there's lots of different types out there. Give me an order.
Wait, who was the one who seconded this?
I seconded.
All right, this is vote number 1 on day 2.
Caesar.
For Joel. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh. So some people don't like Putin?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, I got it. That's 5 votes down to kill, 18 votes to keep alive. You're still there, Joel.
5 votes down, and how many to keep alive?
18.
Okay.
Well, I'll say why I voted down. No one's asking, but no one's talking, so I'll just go ahead.
Go for it, Blake.
Well, and I love keeping this game light, but I think when you're nominated, now that's your chance to share any suspicions you have or really make your case. And I think saying you're bringing poutine isn't a real helpful thing, unfortunately, in this game. But
I think it's a way for a werewolf to not come off as nervous or anything. It's just another little. That's just a slight thing.
It has happened many
same
times with
reasoning.
werewolves, I've noticed.
I just feel like that was like really fast that he had that prepared. I feel like when I'm a werewolf, I'm like having like this elaborate story prepared.
I thought it was awesome.
No, it was a good backstory.
No, it was
That was the point.
We made about this villager. I want to keep him around if he's a villager.
Thanks, Nick.
If you're a villager, don't.
I want to know why Braden voted down.
I was just saying same thing as Connor and Blake. I agree that if you're, it's lighthearted. If you're on the chopping block, I think you should give a real reason.
I'm like Blake, where I like throwing out suspicions because you never know when your last night's going to be, and sometimes that's really important. I get it. It's the second day. You probably don't have many suspicions, but anything I think is better than basically saying, I'm just a villager, go ahead and vote. I just doesn't give us anything to go off of.
Joel, I got it, man. I understand.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
All right, time's up. I need a second nomination.
I nominate Braden.
All right, Lucas nominates Braden. Is there a second for that?
I'll second it. Yeah.
All right, Braden, you've been nominated. Second it. What's your defense?
I am a villager. I know I've already been shady a little bit, but yeah, I am a villager. I'm a little bit suspicious of Joel. Tom Moore. That's pretty much all I can pick up on. I was a little suspicious of Chris at the beginning, but he is just so hard to read. So, but I am a villager. So.
Yeah.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 2.
Tom, can I say why I second it real quick?
Go ahead.
So Braden jumped on those seconds like that. He jumped on the second for Chase and jumped on the second for Joel like right away.
He actually.
That's a
and he also nominated Chris. That's why. That's
a typical werewolf pull.
I didn't
Second.
nominate Joel.
He didn't second Joel. That was Caesar. That was Caesar, Mike.
Okay. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry.
That was Caesar, not Braden.
All righty.
Okay.
Here we go. Voting. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 8 votes to kill, 15 to keep alive. You're fine.
Who nominated him, by the way? I didn't catch that.
I nominated Braden.
Lucas, and then Mike seconded.
Because he nominated and seconded in the first day.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Does anyone hear my suspicions now after listening for night?
Tell us your suspicions.
Sure. My suspicion is Mike. My suspicion is Mike. He's been very aggressive. He said a few things that I wasn't sure about, and he's also led the conversation. He's also done a bunch of nominating and seconding, and then he accused Braden of doing that.
Led the conversation?
Excuse me?
He's been leading the conversation. I've been listening to what's been going on. I listened on night 1 when I was making my pizza in the background.
You mean day 1?
Whatever.
Oh.
I was away.
I got you, Jason.
Yeah.
I was listening when I was away, and I was listening to what everyone was saying. And
okay, that's fine.
Mike's argument is that Lucas or that Braden nominated a lot. Mike has nominated a lot and seconded a lot
that is
as
not,
well.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's my only suspicion right now that I'm going on. Besides that's all that I feel. If anyone wanted to know, and of course I think the Sasquatch should come out, but that's a whole different story.
I only nominated Chase. That's all the only person I've nominated, and that's because I didn't like his answer in the first round. Yes, and I seconded Braden because he was doing exactly what I was telling you about. It's the only reason I seconded him. So I haven't been nominating and seconding a lot.
I have a question for Jason.
That's disingenuous. Come on.
Jason Levine. What do you think about not killing and letting the Sasquatch turn because of perfect information for this year? Because you didn't bring it up today. I'm just asking you.
Oh, in this game?
In this game, there is no perfect information.
There's no perfect information for the bus driver.
But assuming he doesn't use it. or they don't use it.
But I was thinking the worst case scenario is if the Sasquatch if the chupacabra hits the Sasquatch, right? Then here we have two chupacabras.
Yes.
That's very dangerous for us because we can never find them out.
Yes. Until all the werewolves are killed, then we can.
I don't necessarily
help us
think
get
that's
werewolves.
terrible at the beginning of the game. That'll just give us more chances at finding werewolves.
Okay.
I don't think it matters for the village where we kind of want the chupacabra to stay alive a little bit and kill some of the werewolves ourselves. For themselves.
Do they have to kill?
But at the end of the
chupacabra?
game, they're going to be the same for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they have to kill the chupacabra?
Yeah, we have to kill the chupacabra.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes.
Do they have to kill every 9 minutes?
Yes, they
No,
attempt to
well,
kill
no
a
one
werewolf
has to
every
kill at night. I don't know why you would.
No.
Well,
All right,
because
I need a
the
third
chupacabra
nomination,
needs to win
please.
alone, so he wants to balance the two
Hey, Tom.
teams, right? He
The
doesn't want
last
to kill
time I played with
the
Chupacabra, they started killing 2 people if they survived. Is that this game also?
That is not this game.
No, that was the robots. I
That
think.
may have been something I did at some point, but not this game.
Okay.
No, they're hunting werewolves.
I haven't heard anything from Doug.
Okay, so
Anyway,
I just-
I need a third nomination, folks. No more asking
I have
people to
another
talk.
suspicion now, and I want to just say it. My other suspicion is Lucas, because Lucas tried to make an argument that a second chupacabra will start hunting werewolves easier, or whatever he said about chupacabra turning into a.
No, I said it's more dangerous for the village.
He said
I
it's bad.
said it's bad for the village.
Manny, I think, said.
We have to assume that in this game, knowing there's a chupacabra, we have to assume there's probably like 5 or 6 werewolves, or who knows how many.
Yeah.
I
Tom
think
put
like
a lot
6.
of werewolves in here, so it's more dangerous for werewolves.
Tom
than it
also
is
put in
for
time
chupacabra.
limits for third nominations, and I'm still waiting.
I'll nominate Joel only because I think there's not a lot of people that are super suspicious, but it sounds like there's a few people that are suspicious of Joel, so I'll throw that one out there.
All right, is there a second for that?
I'll second it.
All righty. Joel, what's your defense?
Seconded.
Me.
Connor.
Well,
Honor.
just listening to these all these things going on, I'll try and give some suspicions this time rather than try to give some backstory. I've kind of been watching around, and Kevin has been just super quiet, hasn't really been engaging at all, just hiding out there in the background. So I've been watching him. I've also, again, Nick, I think you were looking at Doug because he hadn't said anything, and again, that was another person that's been creeping up on my radar as well.
All right, this is the third vote of day 2 for Joel. Thumbs ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That is 20 votes to kill, 3 votes to keep alive. And Joel is dead. Joel, I want to say, I do want Poutine eventually, but also Joel was a werewolf. Good night, everybody. And welcome back, Cameron. All right. Well, hey, maybe that was all the werewolves. Yay! Yay! Exciting. All right, let's go to our crazed maniacal bus driver. What would you like to do tonight? Thank you. Bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Chupacabra. Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to send out? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? All right. Good morning, everybody. Caitlin, congratulations. You've also won Publishers Clearinghouse's 29th prize, which is a trip to, where is it? Boise, Idaho. So have fun, and we'll see you tonight.
Nice.
And unbelievably, once again, no one died last night.
What?
Do we have another super bodyguard?
Could I bring up my suspicions again? So Mike was the one who attacked Caitlin and Caesar and Braden for going on Joel, and then Mike is one of the 3 people who voted up for Joel. So my suspicion on Mike just feels really good that he's was with Joel. I'm just wanted to reiterate
You were wrong.
that.
You are so wrong.
But why did you
I'm
vote
just a
up?
villager.
Why did you vote up then?
Because I thought that he was the bus driver. When his little speech about I'm delivering poutine, I thought he was trying to secretly kind of tell us know that, hey, I'm the bus driver. That's what I thought. I thought it was kind of clever.
I'm actually less suspicious of Mike now because I feel like on the 3rd vote, you feel like he's going to die. One of all the people that voted to save, so it would be pretty.
All right, let me quick jump in here before I forget. This may or may not matter right now, but the bodyguard and the old hag cannot pick the same person 2 nights in a row.
Yeah,
but it still could happen if the bus driver does it. I just want everyone to know that's a remote possibility, but it is a possibility.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well,
I think the werewolves are targeting chupacabra last night.
Again?
You know, because you were awake.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if 2 people didn't die in a row, the bodyguard. There's no way the bodyguard is saving.
It could have been Sasquatch too. One of
and the bus driver.
Hey guys, I'm gonna come out as seer.
Oh, Kevin.
Kevin, nice.
I'm gonna come out as seer. The first day I checked Jason Levine, he is good. The second day I checked Connor, he's a werewolf. The 3rd night I checked Lucas, he's a werewolf.
Oh, you are the best. You're the best.
Yes.
You are the best. Connor, you're caught. Lucas, you're caught. And by the way, Mike must be the other suspicion because Mike has been working with Lucas. I'm just going to bring that up too.
Wow. He said Lucas was good in the beginning.
No, he said Lucas was a werewolf. He just said Lucas was good.
That's what he said.
Lucas is a werewolf.
Lucas. No, he said Jason was good. Connor's a werewolf. Lucas is a werewolf.
No, in the beginning, Mike said Lucas was good.
I know Mike said Lucas was good, 100% good too. Mike is a werewolf. Mike's got to be a werewolf at this point too.
No, I am not. I am not a werewolf.
Why was Lucas 100% good then?
Yeah,
so the
you
reason
said that in the beginning.
Because as soon as we took our first vote, Lucas started writing copious notes down immediately on who he thought, on who was voting, who was saying what, and nobody else was doing that. And I was like, wow, why is he writing so many notes? And I thought it was because he's trying to make sure that he wants to, when it comes around, he can say whatever he wants to say. But I just thought it was interesting he was writing so many notes. That's all. It's the only reason I thought he was good.
I wrote note that you said Lucas was 100% correct.
No. There's my notes. I don't write notes.
I know. Well, you don't have to when you're a werewolf.
Exactly. That's my point. You don't have to write notes when you're a werewolf, and he was writing notes. That's why I said that. But I'm willing to switch my mind because after Kevin coming out and saying that, I'm like, I trust Kevin now. Let's do it. I'm totally
There's no I was gonna let you say my suspicion of you today.
The only thing I want to point out is that even though we said the bus driver shouldn't use their power, there are players who just like chaos and could have done it anyways. And so even though he found a werewolf, he might not have. If the bus driver said, I don't care, I'm running people over or whatever they do.
Well, does the bus driver want to come out and say if they did anything?
Yeah, I think if the bus driver swapped anyone, they should come out and tell us who, just so we can make sure we have clean info. But don't come out
only
if you
they
didn't
switch
swap.
those two.
Exactly. If you didn't swap anyone.
Yeah, if you didn't switch
not
those two,
anyone.
don't come
If
out.
they absolutely switch those two on those 2 nights, they should come out and say so.
And Kevin, which one
If
was
they
night
did
2?
one,
Which
then
one
I
was
think
night
we
3?
take our shot at one, and then we know the other ones.
I'll repeat.
Yes, definitely
I'll
a
repeat.
werewolf.
Night 1 was you, Jason. Good. Night 2, Connor, werewolf. Night 3, Lucas, werewolf.
Okay, so bus
Jason
driver,
is
unless you change
100%
Connor
safe.
in
There
night
was no
2,
bus driver night 1.
yeah, unless
The
the
other
bus
2 have
driver.
suspicions, but I think it's very rare that both of them would have been bus drivers.
Yeah, but
I don't
just
think the bus
that way
driver
we
did.
know.
I think he took Blake's advice and not do anything.
Well,
there's a
whatever the bus
very
driver did, I think it's good for us because they're not saying that they changed either one of them on night 2 or 3. So I feel good about it.
Also, the evil bus driver could. Oh, they can't use it anymore,
No,
right? They can only use it.
No, the evil bus driver works during the day. So
only
if you
in the
vote
beginning
for
of the day.
someone to die and they've switched that person during that day, someone else dies instead.
But the switching only happens at the beginning of the game, right? He has to mention at the beginning.
No, it switches that you have to mention at the beginning of each day of the day they use it. It's not the whole game.
And they get to use it only once, so this is good for us. Because I don't think they used it right now because I don't think they realized that Connor and Lucas were going to be called out.
Well, here's the problem with the bus driver, though. We now have the seer out in the open. So if the bus driver comes out and says, "I'm the bus driver," like, sure, maybe we know a possible werewolf, but
No, we don't need to bring the bus driver out.
I don't think the bus driver.
All right, time's up, folks. I need first nomination.
I'll nominate Connor.
I second.
Yeah.
All right, Connor's been nominated second. Connor, what's your defense?
So just to clarify, if the evil bus driver switched with somebody currently right now, and they voted, let's say, me out, the other person would die if I was the one who got switched?
If the evil bus driver did that today, then yes, that would
You
happen.
would have got to do it before you got nominated. You can't
I'm
convince them to do it now.
I'm ready.
We're not voting.
Okay, do it now.
All right.
Who seconded it just for our sake? Not that it matters, but who seconded it? Okay, that's fine.
All right, ready? This
Yeah,
is
this
vote
was
1 of
Josh.
day 3. 1, 2, 3.
Connor wrote it down.
Hopefully the
That's
gambler held off.
20 votes to kill and 2 to keep alive. Connor is indeed a werewolf, and Connor is also indeed quite dead. All righty. Good night, everybody. All right, we're going to start with the bus driver. What would you like to do? Thank you. Move to the bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves. Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. Seer. All right, good morning, everybody. Nick, you didn't win any kind of contest, but you got jury duty. So
Nice.
we'll see you tomorrow. Do your civic duty.
Yes.
No one died again.
What?
What is going on?
How is that even possible?
Okay. How?
I can't wait for the
Bodyguard is
explanation
insane.
at the
Could
end.
I just bring up something very quickly before we do anything else?
Go for it, Jason. I know what you're about to say.
If you think I'm going to say the same, we shouldn't kill Lucas now. We should go for Mike because I think Mike's a werewolf, and the reason why is because Lucas has probably been flipped with someone who's going to die.
You're wrong, Kevin.
I agree, except for I don't think Mike's a bad guy.
Kevin, please tell me you checked me last night, and you can say I'm good.
No, I didn't. But I did. But I did check Ben H, and he's a werewolf.
Oh, Kevin is a boss!
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we kill Ben first. And then we kill Lucas.
Yeah, we killed Ben.
So quick clarification.
There's no way they switch Ben.
Just for clarification, does the evil bus driver have to declare who they're swapping at night, and then it happens in the day?
No, they tell me in the daytime, in the morning.
Okay. Gotcha.
I nominate Jason Levine.
What?
I nominate Jason Levine.
Who nominated? Oh, Lucas nominated Jason Levine. Is there a second for that?
Oh, Ben seconded.
Ben seconded. All right, Jason, what's your defense?
Well, we don't have to worry that they were swapped because they just outed themselves. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe they just screwed up the evil bus driver's plan.
And yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter because we'll just not
don't need a defense.
Yeah, we'll just
You're good, Jason. It's fine.
All right.
You're good,
Jason.
This is voting for Jason. Day 4, vote 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Who voted down? Wait, someone else voted down.
Ryan.
Ryan voted down.
It's so funny.
Hang on, I need to count these.
Lucas, you voted
That's
up.
18 to keep Jason alive.
Jason is good, right?
And 2 to kill him.
Okay, before
nominate
we get
Ben.
too far, I'm nominating Ben.
Second,
I'm
Ben.
nominating Ben so
Second.
we don't get into this crazy werewolf
Yes,
kind of
yes, yes.
nomination nonsense.
All right. Ben, what's your defense?
I got nothing.
Who seconded? Who seconded Ben? It was
Everybody.
Jess?
Everybody did.
Everybody did, Jason.
All right. Voting for Ben.
Hopefully the evil werewolf bus driver dude used his power on Lucas this turn.
Kevin, please check me tonight. Kevin, please check Mike Davis tonight. So Jason will get off my back.
Before we vote, I need to check something here.
There's no defense?
He said, I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Rock solid.
Jess was the second. Jess was the second on this one. That says it all.
It's the second nomination. You should be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, maybe we're wrong. Lucas voted for him. We might be wrong.
Nick W., we just heard you laugh.
All right.
Sorry.
That's 20 votes to kill and 1 to keep alive. But before we do anything here, Ben is... Who were we just voting on?
Ben.
Ben was a werewolf, and Ben is dead. However, the gambler used their power today. So that means another random werewolf was killed.
Gosh.
So I randomized it, and the random werewolf was Lucas.
Oh, lamb.
So Lucas, Nick, you're not back yet. I need you to go. Lucas is also a werewolf, but he's also the werewolf hunter. So you can take one person out with you.
So just to make it, just to make sure the bus driver ability also works during the day, right?
It does not.
It does not. Okay, then I shoot at Kevin.
And Kevin is dead, and Kevin is...
Dang it.
Good job, Kevin.
Darn it.
Good job, Kevin.
All right, good night, everybody.
Oh, we are crushing this game.
Actually, I need everyone to wake up and check your messages real quickly. Well, just keep checking them because I'm texting one thing to one person. And now, good night. All right, that was not the most bloody day we've ever seen in werewolf history, but that is certainly one of them. You guys are killing more people during the day than you are at night. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. What would you like to do? Thank you. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Time is getting low. All righty, thank you. Chupacabra, who would you like to go after? Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. Seer. All right, good morning, everybody. I have good news and bad news. Okay, so we'll start with the bad news. The bad news is Ryan has passed away from a heart attack. Well, I mean, what was it? Well, his heart was stolen and eaten, but he was a villager. Sorry, Ryan. And in gooder news, Doug also had a heart attack and died, but he was a werewolf. So, thank you, Doug, for your participation. And I don't even know why I'm thanking you. You're a werewolf. Goodbye.
Oh, good. We have a chupacabra.
And
still.
In other news, nobody was sent out of the village last night.
So we still have a chupacabra, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I thought maybe we accidentally killed that person.
Good for now.
If you kill the chupacabra, I will tell you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that the first guy who died was hinting he was the chupacabra, the way he was hinting. But anyway, my only suspicion is Mike, and I'm going to bring it up again because it's the only thing that makes sense at this point. He's the only one who's been suspicious, and he was saying Lucas was safe, and he also attacked.
He's 100% safe.
And he attacked Braden, and he nominated Braden. Like
he defended Joel when I seconded Joel.
Exactly.
Or he said
Mike is the only person that makes sense at this point that we have suspicion on.
I have made some very, very bad decisions in this game, but I'm a villager. I made some bad calls. I was like, oh, he looks good. He looks good. And I was totally wrong. I read them completely wrong. I'm usually better at that. But I am just a villager. But I will say this. If I was a werewolf, like you were saying, the chupacabra, heard all your accusations, he would have tried to kill me. And I didn't die last night or the night before it when you were throwing me under the bus left and right. So the chupacabra probably tried to kill me, tried to eat me, and he was like, "Nope, sorry, he's not a werewolf." So if not, I'd be gone because you've been calling me out like crazy as a werewolf. Chupacabra would have killed me.
Chupacabra, would you like to come out and confirm?
Yeah, Chupacabra, do you want to confirm if you tried to kill Mike last turn?
One thing I found interesting was that Lucas was a for sure werewolf, and the chupacabra didn't kill him last night or the night before.
Yes,
rather.
exactly.
So I found that odd. So I thought we lost him. So I'm trying to think of another way that.
I think it's actually because he knew that we would kill him during the day.
Yeah, so there's no point, right? If he knows, it's people. Like he's wasting a kill in that sense. If he if they know,
it was in everyone's interest that Lucas survived that night.
Mm-hmm.
But the chupacabra also needs to kill the villagers once all the werewolves are dead, right?
That's why I'm saying it's not great they're still alive.
Yeah, he's probably looking for someone else and trying to get some
more werewolves. There can't be just this few.
I think maybe 2. Depends on if I think there was 6 to start and potentially the Sasquatch turn, so maybe
6
we could
to
have
start?
up to 2.
Well, how many
there's chupacabra, and it's also maybe a little meta. But at the beginning, Tom said, "Sorry for the 8 people with no role. We have 12 special roles."
Tom keeps track of everyone who keeps track of my meta.
That would leave 4 plain werewolves plus 2 special werewolves. 6 feels reasonable to me, knowing that there's a chupacabra and a lot of town special roles.
Yeah.
Caitlin,
what are you?
Caitlin,
am I a villager?
Yeah.
Yes, I am, Blake.
Okay.
And we know I'm not the bodyguards because too many people are saying alive. So
That's fair. That's fair.
But Julia, what are your thoughts though? You're still muted over there.
I don't have any good thoughts. My head is spinning. I mean, I'm assuming that the bus driver is still not sending anyone out because we have so many people and it would just get too confusing. And I don't even know who they would be trying to protect now that our seer is gone. I have no idea who our backup seer would be, but of course I wouldn't say even if I thought I knew. So I actually don't have a good read on this.
So on the last vote, we were everybody was like 100% sure that was a werewolf, but I think Blake was the only one voted up. Why did you vote up on that?
Mike, stop.
Am I wrong?
No,
Am I wrong?
Honestly, well, I did. Well, the thing was, and it did seem odd, but whatever he said during his testimony, I felt like he was up to something, like he had some sort of trick planned. And so I wasn't.
He was going evil bus driver route. That he switched himself with someone. He was trying to pretend like he was evil.
That's what I was thinking, something along that line. So I was like, if we have, I don't know if I'm, but
Mike, you're throwing suspicion on someone who's not suspicious. Like you're still the only person under the radar.
I was asking a question, Jason. Which is we're supposed to do in this game, all right? Supposed to get information.
Time is up. I need a first nomination.
It's not me.
Well,
you can nominate me and vote, but you're just
nominate Mike. I nominate Mike. It's the only thing that makes sense. So
all right, Jason nominates Mike. Is there a second for that?
I'll second.
All right, Mike. What's your defense?
Caesar seconds.
Caesar.
The good guy.
The good guy. Not me. The only other person I'm suspicious of is Caesar. So.
The bad guy?
All right.
Yeah.
Caesar's a good guy.
Thumbs, this is for Mike. This is vote 1 of day 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 4 to kill, 13 to keep alive. Mike, you're fine.
Mike, who are you suspicious of?
Caesar's the only one, but now that Tom voted for me, I'm suspicious of him, and of course, I don't like Jason, Just in the game, not as a person. I'm just saying as a person. I'm saying just the fact he keeps throwing me under the bus.
Like me, I mean, I'm making logical sense here. You're the only one who has any kind of things that have done things that
It doesn't matter if you're making logical sense. You're throwing me under the bus for nothing, man. I'm just a villager. It'd be like if I'm like, oh, I'm just telling you you got a bad haircut. I'm just making sense. Doesn't
Dude, you
still
have made
still
some
mean.
bad calls this entire game, though.
I know bad calls, and I can see that, yeah, some people are allowed some mistakes every once in a while. I think Mike is due some forgiveness.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen him play like this before.
I told you why I told you why I thought he was, why I thought the things I said, but obviously I was wrong. So I made some bad calls, some bad reads on people. So
to be honest, I was on the fence with Mike going back and forth, and I almost voted up, but Jason's been kind of compelling, and he normally looks at the information and doesn't act rashly. That's the only reason I voted down.
I appreciate it.
Cameron, I think it's time to unmute and say something.
Yeah,
Share something.
Yeah, Jason's been compelling about Mike, but I still didn't know enough, so
all right.
I basically
time's up. I need my second nomination.
Oh,
I'll nominate Jason.
Which one?
What?
All right,
Jason Levine's been nominated. Is there a second for that?
That just even made you more suspicious.
Hang on. Is there a second for that?
You're throwing me under the bus left and right. Seriously.
No one will second it. I don't.
No one. All right.
I'm gonna nominate Julia.
Who nominated Julia?
I'll second.
Caitlin.
Julia.
All right, Julia been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I don't have any suspicions, but I'm just a villager, so that's why I haven't really been.
Who seconded? Just
saying
so we
much.
know. What?
It was
I think
Chris.
Caesar. I think
Caesar
it's
again.
Oh,
Okay.
it was Chris.
It was Chris and me.
All right, this is the second vote of day 5 for Julia. Thumbs ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That is 8 to keep alive, 9 to kill. Julia, you are dead. And also, Julia was a werewolf. Good night, everybody. Hey, maybe that's all the werewolves you think, not worrying about stupid comments made by moderators at the beginning. We'll start with the bus driver. Bus driver. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. Seer. Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Just two things happened last night. First of all, Mike, you get to go on a pleasant vacation to Hawaii. You won a good prize. We'll see you tomorrow. You won't die today. And unfortunately, I cannot say the same to you, Manny. Manny is now gone, and Manny was a villager.
Okay, well, I don't know what to do now because Mike even threw shade on Caesar, and Caesar was the second for Julia. So
no. Here's the thing, though. He seconded me a lot this game, and I do love my husband, but I don't know if I trust how much he's seconding.
Oh, are you guys?
Yeah,
are you guys
Caesar is one of my suspicions actually as well. Also, does anybody have a list?
Just stay muted. Just stay muted, Caesar.
Does anybody have?
I love it.
Does anybody have a full list of people that?
Going under the bus.
Yeah, I do, Josh.
What, Josh?
What do you want to know?
I want the full list of people that voted up for Julia because I feel like that's a good place for werewolves to hide.
I voted up, and I could tell you why because I wanted to nominate Mike on the third one, and I was like, okay.
Yep, that's why I voted up too.
I obviously trust you, Jason. You were cleared by the seer, so we have no reason to doubt
why
that.
I voted up. It's because I wanted to nominate Mike again because it was the only thing that made sense. And I know he hears me in the thing, but.
Does anybody have a complete list? I have Caesar, Julia, Jason A, Manny, and Cameron. And I think I'm
voting up.
Yeah,
I think you're missing.
I think I did. I don't remember.
Yeah, you did, Nick.
Okay.
Nick, I could tell. Well, I've got it sort of here, but
the other Jason's on my suspicions list as well.
Josh,
Jason A.
My sheet is very accurate, so like
I have some suspicions. Just because Jason A has been quiet, but I've never played with him, so I don't know if maybe that's just how he plays.
I want to hear from Cameron too. We haven't heard anything from Cameron yet.
Sure. 2 seconds.
So,
Time.
Jason, I think Jason can hear us anyway, but Jason was making a compelling argument for Mike. The only other person that no one has really mentioned that I kind of maybe had suspicions about with the voting record was Jess early on was voting. Jess early on was voting similar to the way Lucas was voting. So that was the only other person that I was suspicious of.
And remember,
I'm super bad at reading people at the beginning.
I assume you meant Jason A, right?
Yeah, I meant Jason A.
Yeah, I feel like the Julia kill was kind of out of nowhere. I didn't pick up on anything, although I did have her marked down as her being overly quiet. I don't know if that was more of a reputation kill than if somebody had something that they picked up on that I didn't. I'd like to know.
I was suspicious. She didn't really throw out any suspicions out, which is why I was suspicious of her when Caitlin called her up the first time.
I talked about statistics earlier, and they were correct.
My wishful hope is that she was the Sasquatch and she was turned on one of those nights where we didn't have there wasn't a kill.
No, I actually legit thought she was a werewolf. I mean, I'm the one who nominated her, but there was just something about when I asked her what her thoughts were, and then I just didn't like what she said, and I think she was really surprised that I called on her out of the blue. So I just didn't like it. But
she was extremely.
All right, time's up. I need my first nomination.
Oh, jeez.
I'll nominate Jason A.
All right, Jason A's been nominated. Is there a second
Caesar.
for that?
Caesar.
No second?
Oh, there you go.
Josh.
Oh, Josh seconded it. All right, Jason A., what's your defense?
So I'm a basic villager. I know that's the thing to say, but it's actually true. Looking at my notes here, I still have Nick as suspicious based on his voting pattern, and I'm just looking at his body language in general. So I think he's something. I think maybe he's a chupacabra if he's not a werewolf. I did have Blake just for throwing confusion around the bus driver at the start when the first werewolf was discovered. And then Josh seemed kind of somber when we found the second werewolf, or the second kill of a werewolf on that day. So those are my potentials, but that's about it.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 6. This is for Jason A. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 9 votes to keep him alive, 5 votes to kill. And he's still alive.
Jess, what about my nomination?
What was the vote?
I trust Blake and Josh.
9 to keep him alive, 5 to kill.
I'm not sure about Nick, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about. I liked what you had to say. Obviously, I voted up, but I was a little confused about the suspicion on me. But I get that things can get misread, so I wasn't gonna try to hang you for that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you turned me when you mentioned the Blake thing, because I was actually suspicious of Blake in the beginning because of that too. So that.
Wait, you were suspicious of that, Caesar?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Oh.
Remember what Caesar was suspicious of you.
I nominate Caesar.
So
Hang on, Caesar's just been nominated. Is there a second for that?
I'll explain why before I guess anybody does it. Only because there's other people have seen some things they're suspicious of, but someone, I don't remember who said it, but someone said that like 90% of the time a werewolf will always jump on other suspicions people throw out, and so Caesar just jumping on that suspicion that Jason threw out makes me think he's a werewolf. That's it.
All right, well, is there a second for that then?
I'll second.
Who
All
seconded?
right, Caesar, what's your defense?
Okay, I was saying I had suspicion on Blake. I don't have suspicion on Blake anymore. I said in the beginning of the game when he said that he did, and that's why it convinced me that Jason A was good because he mentioned that. So that's why, because I had that same suspicion at the beginning earlier. So that's why I voted up, even after choosing to nominate him.
So Caesar, if your wife said that she feels that you're suspicious, I'm being honest, that's enough for me.
No, don't listen to me.
All right, this is the second vote of day
She's
6.
wrong. She's very wrong.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hang on. Did someone change their vote? Josh, which way are you voting?
Josh. Oh, I voted down.
Seemed like a good guy, Caesar. I don't know why.
Because I am a good guy. It's okay.
Could be your name.
Oh, that's why. It's 7-7. That's a tie, so you stay alive in a tie.
Blake, are you a villager?
I am.
Okay. Just wondering. I feel like we have this conversation every game we play together.
We have to. It's a must. But
So it was 7-7.
So 7-7.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. So, I have one major suspicion right now, and that's Jess. I just like having her vote down twice, back-to-back rounds, and beginning on the second vote. Like, it's the second vote she keeps voting down on. I know she says she's bad at reading people, but I was like consistently voting down on the second one, the first few rounds.
In the beginning, I'm bad at reading people. I was going by you thinking that Caesar was suspicious and a bunch of other people thinking it was suspicious.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that you voted up because you had said that.
He's joking.
She didn't want to be the one who killed her husband, so she changed her mind.
I've done that before, and people called me out being a bad wife, so I a little hurt by that, but yeah.
But I am not one that you want to kill.
We need another nomination, though, guys.
What about Chris? Do you have anything? I don't think we've heard from you much.
That sounds terrible, Adele.
And time's up. I need my third nomination.
I'm not nominating. I just want to hear your thoughts.
No, I'm saying I need my third nomination.
Oh.
I'll give you my thoughts tomorrow.
Okay. Don't die, Jess.
Who nominated? I heard someone nominate someone.
Nick.
Jason nominated Nick. Is there a second for that? All right. Well, I need a nomination that does get a second.
We got to keep in mind there's chupacabras hiding in here too.
Yeah, at least one.
At least one.
Do we need to kill?
No.
I mean, we only win by killing, right? So
Yeah, we
don't have
need
to.
to kill.
There's always a chance
like
that
to kill
the Sasquatch hasn't turned yet, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah, especially the way
Tom,
the game
here's
started.
a question about the Sasquatch. Let me just ask the rule. If the Sasquatch would turn do they just turn to a werewolf, or do they not turn because a werewolf or a Sasquatch or a?
They turn into what? Oh, if they turn because no one votes, they become a werewolf. If they're killed, they become whatever killed them.
I don't think we want to do that now. If there is still a Sasquatch alive, I think that would be a stupid move for us to not to do that at this point.
Agreed.
We're getting another werewolf.
Yeah.
Jason, are you nominating someone?
No, I'm gonna say I'm a basic villager. So if we have to kill someone, kill me.
I'd still rather kill somebody else. We're getting low on
But that makes us
Me too.
trust
I'm
you,
a basic
Jason.
villager as well.
I need a nomination, folks, or else we're going to go to sleep and no one dies.
I have no idea. I mean, what does everyone else feel like?
I can't
nominate-
nominate because I nominated Nick.
I'll nominate Cameron.
All right,
second.
Braden nominates Cameron.
Okay.
Gosh.
So I'm gonna just come out. I'm the bus driver. So the only time I actually used my power was right now in this round, where I was suspicious the werewolves might try and kill Jason because so I swapped Jason and Jess, but so I was a bit worried when someone nominated Jess.
Which Jason?
Jason and
Jason Levine. Jason Levine.
Well, it doesn't apply in the day anyway, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the
But,
bus driver stuff happens at night.
Yeah, but that's why I was thinking someone might kill Jason, and I was going to try and kill Jess, who was the only person I was suspicious of.
Oh, you thought someone would try to kill me, so you switched me and Jess, so Jess would.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're
All
clear.
right, this
It
is the
makes
third
sense.
vote of day 6. Regardless guilty or not, we will go to sleep directly
If I die,
afterwards.
you won't have a bus driver.
So that's a good thing.
Ready?
Yeah.
One,
That's not a good thing.
2,
Not too
3.
bad.
Well, it could be.
All right, so that is, let me count again.
But I don't want the Sasquatch to turn.
That's 10 votes to kill and 1, 2, 3, 4 votes to keep alive. I'm sorry, Cameron, you are dead, and Cameron was a villager. Good night, everybody. All righty. We'll start with the bus driver. We're now at the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. seer. All right, good morning, everybody. The village is a little less cheery today, and that's because Jess is gone, murdered, and she was a villager. Oh, also, Nick, remember when you did that jury duty? They got appealed, and for some reason they're picking the same exact jury, which actually doesn't happen in real life, but I can't come up with a good story in time, so you need to go do that.
At least I'm not a suspect.
I do have to say I did think Jess was a chupacabra.
What? You think Jess was chupacabra?
Well,
No,
that's what I
I
thought,
think
but
she's
she's
a
not.
bodyguard.
She
Yeah,
couldn't be
yeah.
a chupacabra.
It was such a weird kill though because we were
Yeah.
suspicious of her. So
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Well,
she said specifically she had a role though.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh,
She did say she had a role.
Yeah,
I
missed
did
that, I
say
guess.
that.
She was also suspicious of Caesar.
Caesar's a good guy.
Suspicious of Caesar.
Caesar,
I'm
did you kill her?
Mike.
Caesar?
No.
So I wanted to mention something about while I was away on my vacation in Hawaii, which thanks Tom, that was a beautiful vacation.
I didn't pay for it. It's covered by Board Game Geek.
Oh, thank you. At the beginning of the game, Kevin told us that he checked Jason, and Jason was good. But Tom told us that the chupacabra looks good to the seer.
Yes.
Unless all the werewolves are dead. So there is a chance that Jason is a chupacabra. So
yes.
Or that he turned technically.
Okay, I'm not the chupacabra.
Well, if he's,
I'm
you
not
mean if he's actually the
chupacabra.
Sasquatch and he turned?
You know, that too, yeah. I mean, he's not. There's no way we can say 100% Jason's good. Everybody who's saying that because Kevin.
I know, I
checked
hear
first
that a
night,
lot.
Mike, are you trying to deflect now?
No,
wasn't even in town yesterday.
I totally expect you guys to kill me today because I've made horrible decisions in this game. But I'm just a villager. I'm nobody. So I'd rather you kill me than kill someone good or someone's got a role. So
I personally don't think we should kill Mike.
thank you. Appreciate
You're
that,
welcome. Get Chris though. What were your suspicions?
Yeah, Chris.
I feel like Mike
you
would have
thought I
been
was
dead
going
by
the other
now
way.
from the chupacabra.
I did.
So I
Yes.
kind of am on that train now.
Yeah, but then Mike just accused me of being the chupacabra, and I 100% would have went after him if I was the chupacabra. 100% I would have went after him if I was the chupacabra.
So
Yeah,
he's
but-
still alive.
Yes.
Good is what you're saying.
And exactly, you're making my point for me. Thank
I'm
you.
not the chupacabra.
No, Chris, what are your suspicions, Chris?
Yeah, I want to hear Chris' suspicions.
I'm a little
These are
nervous about saying mine because somebody's going to attack me because their name is Jason.
Which one?
Which one?
Levine. I don't.
We need the old hack to
I think
kick
he's-
Jason out for a while.
I think
and then
he's the Sasquatch. He kind of changed a little bit at early on, like day 3 or so. I'm sorry, Jason. I think you're it.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
pizza.
We have
Jason,
to kill you.
Jason, would you have stood by your Sasquatch theory? Would you have come out on day 1?
Yes, I would have. And I would have come out on day 2 if I was a Sasquatch also after I wasn't there on day 1.
I don't like that.
That's.
I'm not going to say anything.
I'm inclined to believe him.
And I wanted to bring it up
would.
as I wanted to bring up as a topic for the Sasquatch, and everyone ignored me as usual.
There's a reason for that.
I didn't ignore you, but I was just trying to save everybody.
All right, time's up. I need a first nomination.
We're not nominated though.
Oh, me. Okay.
I'll second.
Stop seconding me.
All right, who was
You're
nominated?
looking like a suspicious couple.
Caitlin.
Could they both be?
All right,
werewolves?
Caitlin, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
No,
What?
I'm
No.
nominated. Caitlin
No.
nominated me.
Oh, Adele. I'm sorry. You've nominated. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, what's your defense?
I have nothing to go on. I was just taking my notes. A villager.
What do your notes say, bro?
I was looking. Well, I don't think. I mean, I was looking for the senator, and then things happened. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but yeah, I don't have anything else to go on. I really have nothing. I'm just a villager. I'm just a plain villager.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 7. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Adele, I do have a follow-up question for you.
That is.
Sure.
Let me count again here real quick. Yes.
Just one.
That's 9 votes to keep alive, 2 votes to kill. You're fine.
Why were you so focused on finding the senator?
It's just I want to trust at least one person. That's all.
How many werewolves have we killed? Does anybody know?
That's why I was like, I shouldn't mention it because I don't want to give you
5.
Okay,
We killed Joel, Ben, Lucas, Doug, and Julia.
Yep.
4.
Yep. Okay.
And Connor.
Yeah, just 5.
Oh yeah, Connor.
Yeah.
Julia.
Connor.
There's 6 werewolves who have been killed already in this game.
6, 1, 2.
I forgot about Doug, but I had Connor down and not Doug.
Oh, yep.
Forgot about Connor.
I missed Doug in my count as well. You're right. 6.
Sorry, Doug. We forgot you, bud.
Connor, I'm sorry you were a werewolf again. Just didn't write your name down.
Are we assuming the Frankenstein seer is dead, or should they? Because I mean, it's been how many nights since Kevin has died?
I think they have 3 nights of
they're still
information.
alive.
I counted that because I was just kind of thinking about bringing it up myself.
And the only way
that could clear a lot of people.
The only way the Frankenstein dude could be dead if it was what's his name who we killed on turn 1, Chase,
That's
who was
what I
like,
was
I have a
thinking.
role. It could have been Chase, and he didn't have. It could have been Chase is the only thing where he could be dead.
It could be Ryan as well, right? Couldn't it have been Ryan?
I'm pretty sure Frankenstein's alive still.
You can
I think
actually, I think
Frankenstein's alive.
you can figure it out, I think.
I think Frankenstein might be the seer and the old hag, just for checking someone and throwing them out so that we don't actually vote them. Because I was really hot on
That's
Nick,
true.
and I think there's 2 or 3 other people. So now that Nick's out, I think they're trying to send a message.
That would be a good combo. Yeah.
Hey Tom, what are your thoughts? You've been quiet in your corner.
I'm fairly certain Jason's okay. As far as anybody else with so many different roles, I'm starting to get a little confused as to who may be what anymore. Especially with I have a feeling, unless the Sasquatch turned, I think we have all the werewolves. I think, but I could be mistaken.
So you think we're only left with the chupacabra and no more werewolf?
I think there is at least one more.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think it's either 1 werewolf, 1 chupacabra, or it's 2 chupacabras and no werewolves.
All right, I need a second nomination, please.
So the Frankenstein seer, seer is still in the game. The Frankenstein seer should go back and check Jason now.
I don't think they are though.
I don't think they're. I think it's a waste. Yeah.
I'm fairly certain Jason's okay.
Second nomination.
I'm just going to nominate Mike because I don't know why he keeps trying to throw me under the bus at this point.
All right, Jason nominates Mike. Is there a second for that?
Why are you shaking nose, Caitlin?
I just don't think he's a werewolf.
But he keeps saying he said I'm chupacabra, I'm this, I'm that. If I was chupacabra, I would have went after him and I would have said he's not a werewolf.
All right, well, I need a nomination that does get a second, please.
That doesn't make any sense.
Chupacabra's on their own team, so
He
they don't
literally
want to
said
help.
I could have been chupacabra, and when I was looked at good, I was chupacabra. If I was chupacabra, I would have went after him, and I would have said I went after him. He's not a werewolf. I would have already not been honest. He's
Yeah,
a
but-
werewolf.
So you would have came out as a chupacabra.
Chupacabra-
You would have come out as
Lives on
I
their
chupacabra.
would have
own.
laid off of Mike at this point.
But also, I need a nomination. You may
Fair
unmute
enough.
if you're giving me a nomination. Or we can just go to sleep. I'm cool either way.
Nominate Caesar. 7 people
I
voted to
second
kill him
Caesar.
last time.
All right.
I second Caesar. I was-
Caesar's been nominated and seconded. Caesar, what's your defense?
I am a villager, just a plain villager. I'm a good guy. I think we're either looking for 1 werewolf and just a chupacabra. I'm still Dell's on my suspicion list because I didn't like his defense last time. So he's my number 1 suspicion right now.
Who seconded that, by the way?
All right. This is our second vote of day
Reagan's
7.
My second suspicion.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 to keep alive, 7 to kill. I'm so very sorry, Caesar. You are dead, and he was indeed a. Let me check my notes. Yeah, he was a villager. All righty, welcome back, Nick. And good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. Thank you. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. Seer. Thank you. All right, good morning. Some good news. Nobody was sent out of the village, and only one person died. Now, the bad news is, well, Nick, you died. So Nick is gone, and Nick was a villager. And we are in day 8.
Blake, you and I both are alive.
I know. Let's celebrate.
You know what that means? You
Let's
must
kill
be
one
a
of you.
werewolf.
You must be right now.
What does it mean? For those of us who don't know, what does that mean?
Blake and I have a joke where Blake tried
Oh,
killing me the
don't.
first night as a werewolf 2 games in a row.
Oh.
See, you know, what's the thing? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. But come on.
Man, Blake, are you the chupacabra?
No, I'm nothing, which again, I tend to be a little more vocal when I'm nothing because I can go out at any time, but I was wrong about Caesar, unfortunately.
So
He was suspicious, though. Yeah, he was really suspicious.
He was.
I mean,
no.
This is getting
Oh,
difficult.
Chris, I'm glad you believed in him. I definitely didn't.
Remember that, Caesar?
The ones that can kill don't necessarily have to kill at night. Is that correct?
Yes.
But why wouldn't you?
There is a reason for
The only reason is
chupacabra.
if only one person died. Well, I guess the bodyguard could.
The question is, do we think that everyone's good who's left and there's no one else but a chupacabra?
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Unless we still have a bodyguard that's protecting people.
We probably do because
I think we do.
If it's just the chupacabra, then basically it's the same thing. It's just still having one werewolf left because he kills villagers.
It's the same thing, yeah.
It's the same thing. So
And we may not know if we have one werewolf, one chupacabra, one kill doesn't mean much because that means the chupacabra has to hunt around until they find a singular werewolf.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
I'm just trying to figure out if we have 1 or 2 people to look for. I mean, if we, does anybody think the bodyguard's dead? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out.
I don't think so, unless it was
I don't think it
Nick.
matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What it does is if they saved one person last night and the other died, that whether we're looking for 1 or 2 people.
You're right. That actually would be good
So if
information.
the bodyguard protected someone, that person could be a werewolf because the bodyguard protected and the chupacabra didn't kill and the werewolf killed is what we got to
Oh, you're right.
But on the flip side, though, how would they know if they protected someone if only one person dies?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing, though.
we don't really gain anything because we have no way of knowing.
Here, I'm going by Tom's logic that theoretically, if there's a chupacabra, then whoever the bodyguard protected did nothing. If that's all that's left. If there's a werewolf and a chupacabra left, then the werewolf killed the person, and the chupacabra
kill the protected person.
All right, time's up. I need my first nomination.
I mean, at this point, does anyone want to come out with a role? Who has a role? Does it help us?
I don't know if there's anything helpful.
I'm the village idiot.
Okay, no, what I'm saying, like we still have a hunter left. We still have, like, if people come out with roles, it might help us to determine what we have left. I mean, I don't know if this is the point in the game we do it or not, but it feels like someone's got to do something to help us at this point.
I mean, we're getting pretty low, and there can only really be two
We're
bad
assuming there's a
rolls.
bodyguard. We're assuming there's a hag. We're assuming there's roles. So someone's got to come out with something, and obviously the hunter hasn't been killed yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless Frankenstein's still around and has multiple roles.
But
I'm sorry. Was I confusing earlier when I said I needed a nomination? Come on, chilling.
I
Give me
want to
some.
go back to Jason. I'm going to
Which
have
one?
Jason. Jay. Canadian Jason.
Okay.
All right.
Jason A.
Jason A.
Is there a second to that? I need it. Okay, Josh seconds it. All right, Jason, what's your defense?
I don't have much. I was just about to ask Caitlin who her main suspect was because she's somebody that I'm just looking at voting patterns, and that's somebody that's rising to the top. But aside from that, I mean, Nick was my highest, and now he's gone. So I'm kind of fishing for something right now. That's about
Your
it.
highest suspect?
My highest?
No, I mean you were saying Nick was your highest
Nick
suspect?
was, yeah, Nick was.
Oh.
Yeah.
The highest on his kill list.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 8. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. That is 7 up, 3 down. You're fine, Jason.
Jason, when you said that I was your highest based on my voting patterns, that I was like coming up, what do you mean by that?
Early on, you threw shade on Caesar, and then you peeled back, and then you went back and went for a kill. Now that we know that Caesar's was a villager, that's one of the aspects of it. But just looking back, I'm trying to find.
I mean, I did nominate Julia out of the blue, and she was a werewolf though too.
Yeah, but that was out of the blue, second nomination. And like I said, I found that kill out of the blue, so
I
that's
was
a good way
suspicious
for
of
you
her
to
though,
hide.
but totally not a werewolf this game.
I'll say that one of the only reasons I do trust Caitlin is also I think the first werewolf we killed, the guy, I'm sorry, I forgot the name, but the poutine story, she was the one, Joel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joel, she was one of the ones who, when I first went out on a limb and said, I don't really trust that, I think she was the one who backed that up a little bit, and we were right. So.
And me.
And she killed Julia, so that would be 2 werewolves, and I know some wolves are willing to throw all their other wolves under the bus, but I don't know that Caitlin would.
We're not going to talk about that. I have done it before, but I'm not a werewolf.
Okay, well, forget what it
I don't know. That helps, but no, I'm not one.
The problem we're running into is, if it's a villager that is, what is it, the chupacabra?
Chupacabra.
Yeah, sorry.
They're a candle.
Candelabra.
All along they've been acting like a villager. So,
all right, time's up. I need a second nomination.
I'd like to nominate Tom.
I'm still alive. Oh,
yeah, that's okay.
Is there a second for Tom?
Go ahead. Somebody second. I don't know.
I'm gonna second him actually.
All right, Tom, what's your defense?
I'm just a basic villager, but I understand if you kill me just because at this point there's only one person that I can say with 99% certainly I know they're okay, and I don't know if they want me to tell why I think that or not. I'm thinking Jason Levine is still okay. And if Jason wants me to say, I will, but otherwise, I'll just leave it at that. But I'm just a villager, but if you kill me, that's okay.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 8. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Seven up, 3 down.
Okay, I just want to say something before we get to the third nomination. Mike has voted down every single time Mike has voted down in these last couple of votes in the last 2 rounds. Could we just finally put Mike up now and we'll see if he's true or not? I don't know why you think he's not, Caitlin, but he's the only one who's done shady things, so it's the only person who makes sense.
Hey, it's a family show.
I said shady. I didn't say or as you call it, village idiot things for this game. I mean, you're the only one who has any suspicion of doing anything weird. Like,
yeah, that's just because I'm having a really bad night. I'm not doing a very good job tonight. The only reason I voted down on Tom just now is because he asked that question at the beginning about at nighttime, and he was clarifying something that happens at night. I was like, why are you asking about something that's clarifying at night unless you're awake at night? So
why did you vote down for Jason A then, and why did you vote down for Adele the turn before? You voted down for like almost everyone in the last couple.
Because I don't want to die. So that's pretty much it. It's like
selfish villager.
Did anyone think it was weird that Tom didn't call it a chupacabra? Because I saw another game where another person said, what was it called? The culabra, and then they were the chupacabra.
We know what the role is.
Yeah, I caught that too.
I just never played with one before, so I forgot what it's called.
I'm just gonna do it because even though Caitlin keeps shaking her head no every time,
if you're gonna? I'm sorry.
I nominate Mike. It's the only person who has any.
All right, is there a second for Mike?
Well, Mike, I hope you're a villager.
I'll second it.
Jason seconded it. All right, Mike, what's your defense?
So I am 100% a villager. I have made some really bad calls in this game and pointed at the wrong people, backed the wrong people. But I think it's pretty clear if you guys were coming after me so hardcore, the chupacabra would have eaten me by now, would have killed me, and but I'd be gone if I was a werewolf. And I think they tried to, and that's why you came up with no kills after you guys took me under the bus, or not at least not 2 kills. So, but no, it's not me. I'm just making some bad calls in this game. My bad. Sorry.
All righty, this is vote 3. Regardless of what happens here, we'll go to sleep tonight. This is for Mike. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Mike. I believe in you.
That's 7 down and 7 to kill, 3 to keep alive. Mike is dead, and Mike was a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, we will start with the bus driver. What would you like to do? Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. And seer. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good news. Only one death last night. And that would be another villager has passed away. Chris, we're sorry to see you go, but we're not sorry to see the green screen disappear. Alrighty. Chris was a villager. Nobody was sent out of the village last night. We no longer need seconds on nominations. Here we go. Day 9.
I want to come out as the hunter. So I just want to do that now, just with us getting to being down to the last 8 people.
So we have one safe person. That's a good thing.
And those who never played about me, I've never lied about a role, just to clarify. I don't like doing that. I'm a terrible liar. So
someone else would have already said I'm the hunter too if
unless they're dead. Oh yeah, because they can't be dead.
No, they
they can't be dead. Yeah.
Someone else would have said it at this point. Someone else would have said I'm the hunter. No, she's
lying. So it's probably true. Yeah, it's probably true.
Because there's so few people left.
Is the gambler alive by any chance? I mean, they already used pretty safely. Exactly, they could come out safely.
Here's
there's no risk.
Yeah, it'd be the worst role to claim.
Like if we're down to just a chupacabra.
I don't really know if we are though. Still, like
I feel there is a werewolf.
So Jason is shot to the top of my list, just because he was kind of railroading us.
Going after Mike.
Yeah.
Because I was railroading on Mike, I've been on Mike the whole game from the beginning.
Exactly it.
That's
so I mean, the flip side of it though, like as a werewolf, I feel like werewolves will use that. Like not killing Mike at night was the perfect thing. Like why would we kill it when people like they knew we were going to kill Mike during the day? That's part of the reason why I was so against killing Mike, because that's what the werewolves wanted.
Wanted us to do. Yeah.
And like I seconded that nomination just because Jason has been saying it for so long. I figured he had something on him.
No, I had nothing. I told you, Mike.
So you had nothing on him.
No, on a bunch of votes, and he's the only one who did things that were completely out of whack with what.
Hey, Josh, are you a villager?
Yeah, I'm a plain villager.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Hey, Jason A, are you a villager?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Adele, are you a villager?
I am.
Okay, sweet, for sure.
Did we learn anything here?
Brayden, are you a villager?
I am
My
a villager.
gut says that there's no werewolves left, and we're just having, and we have nothing else left. Is what my gut says at this point.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. We need to kill one.
Well, the question is, who seems most chupacabra-like?
You
Because
do.
we're gonna have to kill the chupacabra to win. We have to kill the chupacabra to win. That's
Yes.
Yeah. Who's the most chupacabra-like at this point?
You are.
If I was a chupacabra, I would have went after Mike a long time ago, and then I would have.
Jason, this is a game of psychology and reverse psychology. You can never say, "Well, I would have."
Jason, if you went after Mike at night, he would not die.
I know that,
As
but
a
then I would have
chupacabra,
not
so it
been going
doesn't.
after him during the day. If I was a chupacabra, I wouldn't have been going.
All right,
after him
time's
during
up.
the day.
I need a
nominate
nomination.
Jason.
Which one?
Levine.
Not himself.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. I didn't realize who had said it.
The other one.
Okay. All right, Jason, what's your defense?
Wait, who's
Okay.
Who seconded?
Let me get back
we
to
don't need.
We don't need seconds any longer.
Let me get back to exactly what I was trying to explain. If I was the chupacabra, which I'm not, I would have went after Mike a long time ago, because I kept saying he's a werewolf. He's a werewolf. And first of all, chupacabra people don't keep accusing people of being werewolves time and time and time again. So, again, not the chupacabra, not a werewolf, plain villager. The question is, are we down to just plain villagers left or not? That's what I'm trying to figure out at this point.
And hunter.
All right, this is
But we know there's a hunter. We know Casey's good.
Yes.
this is
How much-
vote 1 of day 9 for Jason Levine. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. 1 vote down, 8 votes up. Jason's fine.
Well, Blake, can you give me a defense why we should keep you alive?
Yeah, Blake, are you a villager?
I'm a villager. I'm a basic villager. The only defense I have is if you kill me, it's, we're down to very few people, so
Where your suspicions?
be a loss. Only Tom, when we didn't kill. Sorry.
Why would it be a loss? Why would it be a loss?
No, I'm saying because we're down to 3, 6, 7, 8 players. So if the chupacabra is here, you kill me, I'm a villager, they get a kill at night, the game's coming to an end soon. So I wouldn't kill me because I'm for sure a villager. is all I'm saying. But back to what I was saying. Tom, when we didn't kill someone, just had a look on his face of disappointment, and it turned out to be a villager. And so that's my main suspicion. But.
When we didn't kill someone?
Yeah, I don't take notes. I'll be honest. It was I don't know. It was like last day. Somebody got nominated and it didn't go through, and he was like, and he voted down. He was one of the like 3 people who voted down, and he was like that.
It was the first one. It was Jason A. and Tom voted down. Mike, Tom, and Josh voted down. I keep records of it. I keep records of it all.
Well,
it was Jason A., Mike, Tom, and Josh voted down.
Yeah.
All right, time's up. I need a second nomination.
No, we don't. I thought you said we don't.
No, someone.
We don't need a second.
Not a second.
I don't need a
just- we
second
need-
to a nomination. I need a second nomination.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll give you all 10 seconds. Otherwise, we'll go to sleep.
I want to.
If I could, I would nominate Tom, but I can't. Because I know.
I'll nominate Tom.
Why
All
would
right, Tom's been nominated. Tom, what's your defense?
I would like
just the plain old
midway
villager. I'm nothing.
All right. Thumbs for Tom. This is vote 2 of day 9. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's 2 votes down and 7 votes up.
I'm gonna say something quickly. There was something I noticed in these last couple things and a couple words that were said, and I'm going to nominate Blake, and it's because I think he's a chupacabra because he said something that was very chupacabra-like. So I'm nominating Blake as the 3rd vote.
All right, Jason nominates
and if
Blake.
I'm right, and I think we're going to win the game.
Blake, what's your defense?
Did somebody second that, or is it?
We don't
need seconds any
Okay,
longer.
well then, you're gonna kill me, so kill me. But I wouldn't do it because there's no Sasquatch, I don't think, and you're just gonna be one closer to a loss.
All right. Voting for Blake. This is vote 3 of day 9. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Blake.
That is 8-1. Blake is dead, and Blake was a chupacabra. Good night, everybody. Bus driver, what would you like to do? Thank you. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to kill? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. And seer. All right. Good morning, everyone, but do not turn your mics on quite yet. Caitlin, I'm very sorry you didn't make it through the night. Caitlin was a villager and died, but more importantly, she was a hunter. She's going to take someone with her. Who?
I have 2 options right now, and I'm going to go with Brayden.
With who? Brayden. Brayden is also dead, also a villager, and now we're down to 5.
Jason Levine? Or
there's someone talking.
When your audio
Mute.
Okay, so what do we think we have left?
Just a werewolf, I think. Could be a I mean, it could be a chupacabra, but
Could be a chupacabra.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it could be a chupacabra. I feel like the likelihood higher that if somebody turned the Sasquatch, it would be the werewolves because they have less people to pick from because there was like 6 or whatever of them at the start.
And plus, there was one night where we didn't kill anyone, I think. Was there?
I think we killed each day.
Oh, did we kill each
so.
day? I don't know.
We've killed each day. There hasn't been a day where we've not killed.
But there's been so many no-kill nights, somebody must have turned them out. Even with a good bodyguard, they're going to miss sometimes.
Yeah, Blake, I wanted to nominate Blake, but I didn't want to cut Jason midway because he backed Caitlyn, and he did the same thing last game where he backed me, and he was a werewolf. So I was like, okay, I'm catching that. I'm trying to get good. But I didn't want to interrupt Jason midway. So I'm glad you picked Blake.
Well, it was something he said when he said, "You want to keep me alive because I'll help you," and
oh, like he's helping us now.
Yes, it was something that, and we had to get Chupacabra to win, so it just felt like he felt Chupacabra based on some of the things he said in that specific monologue that he gave. Right. So, I was like, well, if he's not, then I'm gonna look like an idiot, and if he is, then yay.
Yeah.
The question is, do we have a second Chupacabra? Do we have a werewolf? The question is, what do we have left?
I don't think it matters at this point, really. We clearly don't have like a role who's going to find them.
The only way it matters is just like the way people act. People act differently when they're a werewolf and a Chupacabra because one switches midway, the other doesn't. So that's the only really way it could matter in reading people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Moore, who's your highest suspect?
It's easier for me to say who my suspects aren't.
All right, I need my first nomination, please.
My suspect, I can, like I said before, I can say with almost certainty that it's not Jason. Jason Levine. I haven't played with you, Jason, and I haven't played with Adele. So did I say your name right?
Nomination,
yes,
nomination, nomination,
so I haven't
nomination.
played with you two enough to know.
La 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 la. Is my mic off?
No, you're on.
That's off. That's off. For pretending it's off. Tom's going through an
passive aggressive here. Let's go.
I'm going to nominate Josh.
All right, Jason nominates Josh. This is Josh. What's your defense?
I'm just a plain villager, which is super critical with as few people. If you go back and look at voting records, I voted to kill every single werewolf. I think I've given some of the most helpful kind of information throughout the days, just not in terms of who people are, but just the way roles should be played. And actually, my main suspicion right now is Jason A.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 10 for Josh. Thumbs ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I nominate Jason A.
All right, Jason, what's your defense?
So I've been on Josh ever since that one night where a second werewolf was found, or second day, sorry, and then was it Werewolf Hunter or whatever? And since then, I've kind of been paying attention to just his demeanor and his reactions to kills, and I just don't believe him when he says that he's not a werewolf, and the fact that if anybody else suspects me, then go ahead and vote for me. But if he's the lone one, I'm kind of suspecting him as being the werewolf or chupacabra or whatever we need to kill.
All right, voting for Jason. This is vote 2 of day 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, Jason, you passed away, which is sad because he was indeed a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Chupacabra. Thank you. Old hag. Thanks. Seer. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Josh is out. So that leaves it. Josh was a villager. So that leaves us with 3 people
Out
left.
as in dead or out as an old hag?
You're dead. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I should have said that. No one got sent out of the village. All right, so here's how this is going to work. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. You can talk. At the end of 3 minutes, each of you will vote for a person, and we will show those votes simultaneously. If 2 people vote for the same person, then the game will be over. If all 3 votes are for different people, I'll give you another minute. If it happens at the end of the second time, the werewolves win. Okay? Go.
Jason, you're muted.
So here's my question for both of you. I'm going to go look back at the votes while I have time to see if Tom's been like saying Jason's good because he knew I was good and he didn't kill me because he was a werewolf or a chupacabra or not. I'm not sure. Adele, I don't really have any feel for you either way. I don't know. I mean, you guys, like, just convince me. Someone convince me.
Hey,
Well-
Jason.
Okay, Tom, you go first.
Okay. Jason, before Kevin even came out as the seer to say that you were good, I figured out, like I said, with 99% certainly what your role was. And I think you have a special role. And if you want me to tell you what it is, I'll tell you what I think you are. If that would help you at all.
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
you're
it's the last round, yeah.
You
And
think
the
I'm
reason-
what?
I think you're the senator. And the reason I say that is we had a correct vote the first night when you were sent out of the, or I guess it would have been the second night, when you were sent out of, well, it would have been the first night that you were sent out by that old hag. You were sent out of the village. And then after that, we've always had one more vote ever since you came back in the game. So I'm thinking you were the senator.
Okay. Adele?
First of all, I thought I tracked the senator and he's dead, but
The senator is dead, and I'm not the senator, and I don't know why Tom even brought that up. But if that was his defense, I'm kind of with you, Adele. Just so you know.
Well, the reason I said that is because when we had 8 players left, there was 9 votes. Because Tom said it was 7-2.
There's no senator left. There's no
Yeah.
senator left.
there was a point where the Frankenstein was it, and then also he
Or
died.
You were the senator.
I'm not the senator.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't. My defense, the best defense I can come up with is I played 5 games. They were all villagers. I was in every single one a villager. I kind of suspected this would happen, that I would come in the last 3 or 4, because it has happened multiple times. They just don't target me, the werewolves, for some reason. But I don't know how I can convince. Look, I know it's not you, Jason. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not you, especially after you killed the Chupacabra, after you went after Blake. I was like, guaranteed it's not you. Tom says the same thing. He also trusts you. So, my vote. Like, I know who I'm going to vote instantly,
I just have to figure out
but...
which one of you guys is.
And I know it could be either me or
Time's
Tom,
up.
but...
Everyone write a
I know, I
name
gotta figure out
down.
which one of you is
And
bad,
we're
I'm
going to
trying
reveal
figure it
them.
out.
Whoops.
I have one thing to go on. So
Time's up. Everyone write a name
If
down.
you played with me before, you would know for sure. But I think you only played with me
No,
once.
time's up, folks. Write a name down. We're going to reveal them on 3. So let me know when you're ready.
Hang on, let me get my handy dandy typer doodah. Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 2 votes for Tom, 1 for Adele.
It was
Tom,
a senator thing.
Tom, why are you justifying yourself now? Tom, you're dead. And Tom was a villager, which means the werewolves have won.
Wait, it's Jason?
It was Jason.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. Oh.
Alrighty, hang on. Let me go over some stuff here. And I'm muting everyone here. But first of all, I think it has now been settled once and for all. And this, again, roles were selected randomly, but it has been settled once and for all. And Jason, you're going to have to admit this in a second, that you've been lying your teeth out for the last 20 games.
Yep.
Because you were the set. Nope. I'm talking here now, Mike. Let me yell at Jason. You can yell at him in a minute. And you said the Sasquatch would come out, and you never did, you big fat liar. However, so Jason was killed by the werewolves, and he became a werewolf. The werewolves were, as you know, Doug, Joel, Connor. Connor tried to do the switcheroo on day one. He was the evil bus driver, but nothing happened. Also, we weren't super clear on how that worked, so I apologize for the confusion there. Blake was a chupacabra, did a really good job till Jason got him. Ben, Julia were the other werewolves. Jess was the bodyguard. Ryan was the old hag. Chase was the original senator. Kevin was the seer, like he said. Cameron was the bus driver. Manny was the gambler, who used it to great effect. Nick was the Frankenstein. Nick did not look up for bodyguard on the very last night. You could have probably protected yourself, maybe. But as was pointed out to me, I won't be able to make the Frankenstein like this again. Because if a Frankenstein becomes the bodyguard and the bus driver, they are invincible. They'll just be able to protect themselves every single night for the rest of the game. That doesn't mean they would win, though. So there is that, too. Because if you come down to just you and the werewolf, you would die. But, alrighty. All right, go ahead, yell at Jason, everyone.
I'll be honest.
Screw you, Jason.
That last night, Caitlin, I heard that Jason was the last bad guy. I figured they were either Sasquatch or werewolf, but you didn't mute your
But
mic,
there were
and
two
I heard
Jasons at the
Caesar
time.
say it. They said Jason Levine,
Yeah,
but I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I could come out with that.
It's really critical to mute your mics when you leave. I heard it too, and I had hoped that no one else did.
No,
yeah, I
that's
didn't.
why I decided
It
to
felt
ignore it.
way too mean to ruin the game that way. So
I did hear
I
Jason, but
ignored
I
it.
didn't hear Levine.
That's why I hate being the hunter.
When you die, just don't talk for like 10 seconds till you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I feel
Caitlin,
so
why
bad.
did you kill me?
Why?
did you
Like
hunt
honestly,
me?
it was between you, it was between you and Jason Levine for me.
Well,
And
we'll pick
I was just
Jason.
more
What are you doing?
suspicious. Like I'm like I've been a game with you like as a werewolf before, and like how you were playing
Yeah.
this one, I was like, man, like I don't know. And you kept agreeing with me, and whenever people agree with me, I just don't trust them.
Well, you were the hunter, so yeah, I was agreeing with you.
No, that was like before I came out as the hunter. Though there's a few times early game you kept agreeing with me. You and Blake kept doing. So I was suspicious of Blake, and if Blake was still alive, I was gonna kill Blake again.
Mike, did you slap
kill
Jason the other day when no one saw it?
Apparently I did. So I don't understand. So here's a couple things that happened. So one, I mean, if I was a werewolf, the chupacabra would have killed me. We know that. And Jason's whole thing of I would have gone for Mike at night. That doesn't make any sense at all because then that means I'm not a werewolf. And Jason, let me finish. It made no sense at all. And two, Tom, why did you defend him to the end, man? I mean, you were just like backing him up like crazy.
I miscounted. I honestly miscounted because
man,
all along I thought he was the senator. I really did.
I mean,
I knew you were going to survive the game, Tom, because of that.
Yeah, you saved him. You saved him, and he saved you over and over and over again, man. I was like, God.
I didn't turn until day 5, and when I was suspecting you early on, I wasn't turned yet. It was, and I was hoping you were actually a werewolf before I turned, because then I would have had you killed and been a werewolf and been even more stealthy about it.
Let me ask the original werewolves a question. Did you guys knew Blake was the chupacabra, right?
Yeah, I tried to pass it off to Jason when he turned.
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed. That's why I shut that down real quick.
I literally, the first thing I asked was, who did you guys go after? And Tom said, no, you can't do that. And I was like, what?
Yeah, the discussion at night between werewolves should only be basically who are we going to kill, because other than that, it makes them too powerful.
Yeah. My mistake was not saying it when you guys were going to vote me out, because I knew who he was, the chupacabra, and I obviously knew I was going to get voted out. But I was so confused by that, Tom. I thought I was like, this is awesome, this is going to work. And you told me it only works during the day. I thought that meant that at night they would check me and they'd see me as a villager because I switched with somebody. Because I did that night or that day. I was confused by that.
Yeah, that's why I was curious why you did it on day 1.
Well, I knew this was going to check me. I've been playing a lot of games, and I think if you watch some of the videos, people know that I've been a werewolf a lot. So I knew Seer was going to check me. That's why I had to use it right away. I was like, I'm not going to waste it.
Jason, as the usual Sasquatch and as a werewolf, I'm so proud of you tonight.
Well played, Jason.
I want to hear his defense for days 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Old hag, whoever the old hag and sent me away, I would have come out if the old hag didn't send me away.
Yeah, no, you would not have come out. You lie like a demon.
You have no reason to bring it up anymore in future games.
No.
About this whole Sasquatch thing.
I didn't get a chance to because you guys shut me out.
You would not have come out. You could have come out day 2 then.
I asked on day 2. On day 2, I said, do we want to talk about the Sasquatch and what should the Sasquatch do? And everyone said, no, just shut up. And I shut up.
No. I asked you, and then you said I'm suspicious because I was talking about the Sasquatch.
Yeah. Why would you even need to ask, Jason? You should just come out automatically. That's what you tell them to do.
Exactly.
Because I always wanted to ask everyone's opinion like I do every time.
Lies.
Yeah.
No.
For the record, I did send you out, Jason, the first day, so we wouldn't have to spend the whole first day talking about whether the Sasquatch would come out.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
Even though I swear that Jess was the Frankenstein, like based on the vote count, I thought Jess was Frankenstein because I think you miscounted a vote there. I don't know if you did, but
yeah, Tom miscounted several times.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
did.
Did I?
Several times.
Because I
Tom Vasel, yeah.
Well,
yeah, once near the end.
On the first,
I had
on the
just
first
pegged
day.
as Frankenstein, not as bodyguard. But you're saying that she
Oh,
was
you're right.
actually bodyguard. So I thought she inherited Senator from Manny because I knew Manny was Senator, and I'm like,
I was not Senator.
Jess was the best werewolf bodyguard.
Tom missed the count when Chase died.
I think Jess protected 3 bad players in that game.
Yeah. You're like the werewolf MVP in the first third of the game.
really protect werewolves? I mean, I don't know who you were.
Yeah, she did.
Blake, I thought you were going to pull it off.
Yeah.
Well, it was killing. Unfortunately, writing Chris's name down on that last thing, I thought I was the only. I didn't think there was a werewolf alive because I thought if Chris died, it meant I was a chupacabra and I killed him. And so, had I known that, I would have just said, I mean, I'm the chupacabra, but there's still a werewolf alive.
Did you write
So
Chris when I killed Chris at the same time?
Yeah,
everybody kills me.
Wow. I had no idea that even happened. It was just something you said about you want to keep me alive. I was like, you got to be the chupacabra because I know I'm a werewolf. So I'm like, there's still a chupacabra because he hasn't been killed.
I was so hoping Blake was going to write down Jason Levine. I was like, yes, this is it right here. Yes. Oh.
No, mine would have been the last name. Mine would have been the very last name written down after Blake went through everyone because I was cleared at the beginning. So
But why does no one listen to Chris?
No, I said he can. Just because he's cleared at the beginning doesn't mean he's good. Stop. We need to stop going down this train of like.
You argued I was chupacabra first.
We were 100% good, and he's not good.
Yeah, I was just about to say something about Blake, and then Kevin came out and was just like, "I know all the werewolves," and
yeah,
and it's like, "Oh, well, that ends the conversation for
Total
the day."
luck.
Kevin was a great seer, though. Killed it.
Yeah, Kevin, that was awesome.
Yeah. Nice job.
And that's the end of that argument, right? Alrighty, well, the bus driver was not as chaotic as it was the last one, and quite a few comments were made on that one. And that's not the end of the bus driver. The bus drivers are going to show up in another episode this week, although we'll wait to get to that one. That's coming later on. Anyway, I was personally very amused by how this particular game turned out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to join in on these games and many, many other werewolf games, they run almost every night of the week at this point. Check out the Dice Tower Werewolf Facebook page where all this happens. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Werewolf on the Dice Tower.